Hi, everyone. Welcome in today. We are so excited that y'all could all join us. I'm going to give a second for everyone to come in. But we're all so excited that y'all could join us for Planoly Presents Approachable Design Stories Edit 101. If this is your first week with us, welcome. If you have been attending all 5 weeks, we are so glad that you are able to come and join us for these workshops. We hope that they've been super helpful for you all to get your branding in order and get everything together so that when you go to social media marketing, you have a little bit more knowledge of how you can keep everything look cohesive and together for your brand. So today is our last workshop, as I mentioned, but we are joined here today with Carra Sykes, the design manager of Planoly. She's here to give you all the tips and tricks of how to keep your stories on Instagram branded, and then also how to use StoriesEdit. I know there can be some confusion with downloading a new app and figuring out how to use it for your needs. So she'll walk you through how to use it for a few different cases. So I hope that is all super helpful for y'all. So as everyone is joining, please go to that chat box as well. Make sure it's to all attendees and to all panelists that everyone can see it. And let us know where you're joining in from today, because I know we have people from all over. Also, we have London, Boston, Germany, Vancouver.
Wow.
Awesome. We are so excited that you could all join us. And if this is your first time with Planoly as well, welcome. We are a platform that helps you simplify your social marketing. So we hope that this can also be helpful for all of your other social marketing needs as well. Today, we are giving away 100% off your first month of Planoly. So that code is in that chat box, so just go find it. But also, if you missed it, we will be sending it out later as well. Today, also by coming to this workshop, you are automatically entered to win a giveaway. So in the giveaway, you could win a 1-year free account of Planoly Pro and then also StoriesEdit Pro. And then also you could win a 30-minute virtual brand review with Carra, where she can help you get all of your branding in order and ready to go. Awesome. I love seeing that chat box filling up with everyone coming and telling us where you're from. I do want to make one note about that chat box. We love to have conversations happening during the workshop, but we would like, if you want to network, to make sure to share that on the Facebook page. This way everyone can find your handle and everything after the workshop and not be stressed about getting it during the workshop. So make sure to go to our Facebook page and join that as well, because that's where we always share some tips and tricks as well. Also, at the end of this workshop, we will be having a 15-minute Q&A with Carra. But as always, we have tons of questions come in. We only have a short amount of time. So if you join that Facebook group as well, we will have Carra on there for an hour after the workshop, and she'll be there to answer any leftover questions that you have about StoriesEdit, about branding Instagram stories, or how to get all of that creative in order. Awesome. Well, looks like we are ready to get started. Carra, do you want to kick it off?
Yes. Hello, everyone. I'm so excited to be here. And it is so cool that we can all join in from all over the world. And that is the beauty of digital. I am going to jump in here. All right. Well, welcome to StoriesEdit 101. I'm your host, Carra Sykes, and I'm here for this awesome workshop today. I am really excited that y'all will be able to join in with me if you want to, or you can just watch it. Feel free to choose. So before we get started, I kind of wanted to show y'all my work so you can get to know me a little bit better before you don't have a stranger teaching you these things. You can kind of get to know me a little bit. So I'm Carra Sykes. I am the design manager here at Planoly, and I am also an artist. I love to tell stories through my art and use that as a way of expressing and kind of showing the world different things. So I love telling stories, which is another reason why I love StoriesEdit and helping people to share their stories as well. So here's just a quick peek of the work that I create as Carra Sykes artist. All right, so first off, let's talk about a few things. Why should you share your brand's story? Well, your brand story helps shape what makes your brand unique. Say you're a sock company. You could be just another sock company, but what's the story behind how you became a sock company? Maybe your grandma knitted and then you learned to knit, and so you wanted to pass that legacy on. People like to know more about the brands that they love and why they should love them. Oh, I really like that brand because of the story about the grandma, things like that. By sharing the whys and how your brand started and continued gives people some insight that they crave. Now, why is branding your story important? Well, branding your story is a great way for people to know the content is from you. So, you're scrolling through Instagram, tapping through, and then bam, you land on your favorite brand's stories and you know it's from them because it just screams them. You will have brand recognition and trust, which are two really important things, and your audience will know what they are getting. So no surprises unless that's part of your thing. This is also good to brand your story because you want to stand out in a sea of stories. All right, what can you share? You hear people talk about sharing and you're kind of like, well, I don't know what to share. Content is like half the battle, right? Well, you can share behind the scenes, you can share your process, your latest work, your sales, promotions, team takeovers, trivias, polls. Use like user-generated content. When someone tags you, you restory that. I don't know what we call that. Your current menu, new items, event information, and the list goes on. So be creative and think about what your audience would like to see from you. All right, so what's the benefit of using StoriesEdit? Well, StoriesEdit helps you create content wherever you are. All you need is your phone and the app. So you could be out, maybe back when you used to commute to work, you could be out and about and you think, oh, my brand, I really need to share about that sale we're having. You can do that on the train. Just don't do it while you're driving. Be sure you are in a stationary place unless someone else is driving. And it takes the making it from scratch stress away from the content creation process. So instead of having a blank canvas and being terrified to do anything, StoriesEdit is great because we've got templates that you can use and then make them your own. So it's nice to have a starting point. Now, make it yours. So if you're out there and you haven't downloaded StoriesEdit and you want to follow along in this workshop, please check out the App Store for Apple and then Google Play for Android. And I'm just going to do a little bit of talking about StoriesEdit, what you can do with it while you're downloading StoriesEdit or opening it up if you already have it. And these are things that I'm going to also demo later on, but I just kind of want to give y'all some facts. All right, so you can create draft folders with up to 10 templates that match your style and brand aesthetic. You can tap and hold on a template to add as a favorite for easy access. You can create a story reel by editing 10 templates from our collection at once. You can utilize our preview feature for a quick snapshot of your design before posting. I like to do that. I like to see kind of what it's going to look like. You can share a single page or all pages when sharing to your device, Planoly, Instagram, Snapchat, or TikTok, and so much more. And later on, I'm going to show you how you can take your stories that you created in StoriesEdit and put them into take them into your Planoly account, and you can see how that works. All right. So there are over 300 templates within StoriesEdit. Did you know? There are over 300 templates within StoriesEdit. And again, there are over 300 templates within StoriesEdit. Well, I did this kind of as an example to see how different you can make your story look. And there's just so many options with everybody out there creating. You can use these templates and make them your own, which is really awesome. All right, so StoriesEdit. It's a tool used to share and create. One, what you're going to do, you're going to choose a template from our wide selection of exclusive designer templates. Then you're going to customize your visual content using our editing tools like the text tool, the shapes tool, stickers, and background color. You're going to do this to make neat things. And I'm going to help y'all out a little bit later with that. You can also save your designs to your phone and post directly to Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, or upload to Planoly. So let's take a quick look at these different tools before we actually dive into my phone, where I'm going to do a live demo for y'all. So the text tool. Click on any designated text areas to edit text and or add additional text. So you can write anything, you can tell people about your menu, you can write it all out, or you can use what's already there. So choose from over 50 fonts, sizes, and color combinations. Bold, underline, and add all caps to the designated text. And you can adjust your text size, spacing, line height, or color. The really awesome thing about this is you can customize it just up to having whatever text you want to use, maybe use that throughout all your stories. You can bold, you can underline. There's just so many options. All right, for shapes, I really like the shape tool, and I'll show you all that a little later on. You can add shapes onto your template, select whole shapes or shape outlines to add to your template, or you can adjust the color of your shape or shape outline by selecting the color picker or adding in hex code. Now, hex code sounds like a weird thing. If you don't know what it means, it is actually a code that you type in and it determines the color. So what's really great about this is if you don't want to use the colors we already have within StoriesEdit, you can customize it to your brand color if you know the hex code. All right, stickers. Stickers are one of our favorite things to design here for StoriesEdit. The design team has a lot of fun building the stickers within StoriesEdit. And there are over 100 stickers, including arrows, highlight elements, brush details, handwritten notes, and more. Customize the color of the stickers to match your template. And I can show y'all how to do this a little bit later. All right, colors. Customize your background color to fit your brand aesthetics or current mood by tapping on the background. This template in particular doesn't have the option to change the background color. As you can see, there's a photo on a photo, but other templates have that option. So I'll share that in the demo. And then the resize feature, which is really cool because when you think StoriesEdit, maybe you're just thinking, oh, I'll post these onto my Instagram story, but you can actually make different sizes for your social feed. So like the 4x5 or the 1x1 that goes on Instagram, even Pinterest, or of course, Instagram stories. All right, so what makes you you? Or what makes your brand you? You know, what makes that, what makes you you? Channel that when you're creating. So I believe the best way to learn an app is to dive in. I'm gonna start sharing my phone very shortly. Let's see. I'm gonna do a new share here, yes. All right, there we go. That is my cat, and I am never changing this background. Okay, let's hop into StoriesEdit. Now, what I want to do is kind of go through the app a little bit for y'all to see before I start building a story. And I will tell you about what my story is going to be after I go through a few things. So up top, we've got featured. So these are our featured templates throughout here, and these change. So be sure to check in on the app up here in the featured section when you are looking for templates to use. You got favorites, and right now I don't have favorites, but that's because I'm going to show you how to favorite. And then we also have drafts. So we also have what you can go here to collections, and you can view all of the collections. So you just start scrolling and you can see all of the collections we have. Now, I want y'all to know I actually have a pro account. So these will be different if you do not have the pro account. All right. Now, if you go down here to the bottom section, that's categories. So let's just say you're kind of, oh, I need to put something up really quickly and you're trying to figure out what to use. You can go through here and pick one. There's covers. So if you're doing something with fashion, we've categorized some as fashion. Food, we categorize some for food. Photography, product. I know a lot of y'all will probably be looking at this product one, which is really helpful for when you're sharing new products and things like that. We've got a quotes one. So if you want a quote in your stories, you can go there. Let's go ahead and click quote. So, and if you're following along with me, feel free to do that as well. All right. So you've got all of these options here in the quote section. So you don't have to search through all the other template collections. You can actually have them all right here, which is super helpful. And let's dive into this one right here. Okay, so we have a Charles Eames quote. Pretty cool. Say you want to quote yourself, you come in here and you tap on this little box here, and this is your text. So you have a few things. You've got keyboard, so you can type, hello, I'm a quote. I'm glad autocorrect is here for me. And then you can save it. And then I'm going to come here and click on this text right here and write Carra Sykes, because I am a quote. Okay. And then, well, I'm not feeling this purple background. So what do I do? And you're just kind of looking at it. You've already done things with the things that you can touch on the template. What you can do is hit this little pencil button on the bottom right. And that is what's going to bring up the toolbar that I showed y'all earlier. We've got text options, shapes, stickers, colors, and resize. So what I'm going to do here is I'm really feeling like I want the background to be a specific blue that I have. First, I'm going to look through this bottom part down here. So I'm scrolling on the bottom and I don't really feel any of these specific colors. This one's kind of nice. That's similar to the purple I had. So what I'm going to do is click on the letters right there. And that's going to bring up what I was talking about earlier, the hex code section. So I have written down on a pad here what number I want to do. So this one is 0, 0, A, E, and then 9. So this is bright blue. I was showing y'all earlier, my style of art is very bold and bright, and this blue feels it. What I'm going to do too is I can actually grab onto this and I'm pinching with my 2 thumbs. So I'm taking my 2 thumbs and I'm making this quote larger, which I could do if I wanted to change the size of the text, but I also kind of wanted to play around with it. And there you have it. All right. We can look at the other tools in a second. Let's hit resize. I'm going to hit portrait and it's going to make a new one. And then what I'm going to do here is edit the color. Oops. Let's see, it's 0, 0, 0, 0, A, E, 9, save. Okay. And you can look at it by hitting, so I just hit the eyeball button in the top right, and that's how you can view. All right, so now we have these. What happens if I kind of want to save these for later and I want to do more quotes and I kind of want to have them all in the same folder? I hit this little save button up here. So if you look at the top right of your screen and hit save, create new folder. I'm going to call this Carra's Quotes. Create folder and save, successfully saved. Okay, so let's go back to the front. Now what I'm going to do is hit this up in the top left, there's the arrow, so I'm hitting that to go all the way front. Now you're here, and you're like, oh, I really want to edit those quotes. Well, you can go up to your top little thing up here and hit drafts. So when you hit drafts, my quotes are in there. I must not have saved that as blue, but they're there. So I don't have to go through the process of making those again. I'm going to save the draft, so save, and I'm going to go back here. So what I want to do is take y'all through a promotion of a few items. I went outside and took some photos of a newspaper that I am trying to promote. So I'm going to start looking through the collections and scroll. I think one of the biggest things I can give y'all advice-wise is to make sure you just explore, because what you really have to do is look around. And when you're using a new program, the best way to learn it is to spend some time on it. You know, sometimes read the manual, but programs don't always have a manual. So just dive in, have fun, get lost in making pieces that you might not use, or something, you know, it might not look right in the beginning, but maybe you'll find, you know, you can find your groove and everything. So let me look through here. One of these, it's going to be new. So we've got this one called We're Open. I think I'm going to use that one. So I'm going to scroll back up here, new in the shop. Cool thing is we get this overview of this look. Is this something that I want to start off with a page like this bottom one right here? So new in the shop. And what I'm going to be promoting is a new issue. So I am sorry about those notifications. I put it on do not disturb, but for some reason my phone is still disturbing. So we're going to scroll down and we're going to go to SE 101. And these are the photos I took on my phone to promote this item. So if you don't have a fancy camera, or you don't have someone, or you haven't hired someone to take your photos, you can take them on your phone. And there's tons of editing programs you can use to edit your photos to make them feel a little more in your brand kind of way. Now, I haven't edited photos in a long time, so these aren't as exciting as I wanted them to be, but for the purpose of this, I think it will help. All right, so the thing is, I'm showing a new newspaper, so I don't want to reveal the cover right away, right? You kind of want to get people excited. So I'm going to click on this one, and you can do what I did earlier, where I'm putting both thumbs and I'm pinching to resize. All right, so we've got this. And what I'm going to do here is play with some of this type. I also want to change the background color. I'm going to go ahead and bring in a color that I have here. 9, 6, D, 0, E, and then 5. All right, that totally clashes with the way this looks. So I'm going to take that out, and we're actually going to go over here and pick a different one. Let's go ahead and pick this. This is a teaser quote that we put on the back of our newspapers that we create. And this one is the sustainability edition. So we have a little teaser here, and I want to say, make this text a different color. So I'm going to say edit. And here are all the text options. So you've got a ton of things to work with. We can change the text, the way it looks. So new. I'm actually going to get rid of that one. So you hit the X in the right to get rid of it. And we are going to edit this to be bold and save. All right. Let's bring this down. And let's make it white. Scroll over here, white already exists. Save. And now I want to add another text option here. So let's go here, text option. I added it by clicking the pencil in the bottom and then text on the left. We go down here, issue, and then we are going to go to edit. And I want to make that the same typeface. So live air, and then we're going to make it bold. And what you can do here is, if you look at, and you have the TT there, and then you have this one, you can add a little bit of letter spacing there, and you can make it italic or not. You can make it all caps by hitting the two T's, and then you can reposition it with this one right next to the two T's if you see that's changing there. All right, new issue. All right, we are going to get rid of these. We're gonna get rid of that. So right now I need something else that's gonna make this a little bit more exciting. So I'm going to click on here in the pencil in the bottom right, and I'm gonna click on stickers. And this is when it gets really fun too. So we've got all these stickers, and you can look at all of them, or you can click on collections, and you can look through all the collections here. You can hit favorites. I haven't favorited any yet, so let's go ahead and favorite one. You can go through here too. These are categories. One of my favorite stickers is under, I think it's here. Let's see. It's under the moon. My favorite sticker is this one right here. So it's the 3 stars. I'm gonna hold down on it, and it's added a favorite. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna put your thumb down on your favorite one, hold it there, and it will save to your favorites. I'm gonna save this one to my favorites too. So now I've got some favorite stickers. Say you accidentally clicked on one that you don't want, hold it down, and it's taken out of your favorites. Now I'm gonna add this one. And I'm thinking maybe this yellow isn't the color I'm going for. So what I'm going to do is double tap on that, and then you can choose a different color. So I think the black looks good. That feels like that. All right, so we're done with the cover there. Let's add a new story to our story. This is page 1. So you hit the plus in the middle. You can add a new one. Something I would suggest y'all do is use templates within a collection when you're first getting started. That way you can make sure that they all have a similar look and feel. And I think that's the easiest way to get a very cohesive story, is if you are using one template collection throughout. So let's do that with this. Let's click on this one. Now what I want to do is make it that blue. So let's get that same color I had written down. Oops. E and then 5. Okay. So we got the same color. We're going to save it. But now before I go on, I'm actually going to save this as a new draft. So we're going to call this new issue good news paper. We'll just put good news. Okay. Create folder and save. Okay. Let's add some more pictures here. All right. Also, you can also put videos, but sometimes I don't do videos because it could be a lot of movement. But if it feels like it's on brand for you, and also if you took Life Lapses workshop last week, it might be really cool to put one of your videos into your stories. Let's pick this image there up top, and then maybe a zoom in there. All right. We're going to call this the sustainability edition. And then right now it's not fitting there. So I'm going to go over here to edit and I'm going to resize that. It's a little bit smaller. I like the way it fits like that. And then I was using LibBear for the other page, so I'm going to do that. And all caps, all I have to do is hit the 2 capital T's and it makes it all caps. And then we're going to resize that. I want to do a little bit of letter spacing there. Okay. And let's make it white again and bold. I don't know if it's going to show up because my blue is so bright. Take this. I'm actually going to put an enter between these. Well, it will make them a little smaller. Okay. So it's really hard to see. Maybe this is something that I put somewhere else because you're not really seeing it here. And that's something that you really want to make sure you focus on as well, is making sure that when your viewers are seeing this, everything is easy to take in. You don't want to make it difficult for them to find what you're trying to say. You really want to make it kind of straight to the point. Maybe right now, this page, maybe I can take away that and it's just imagery. I think it really depends on what you want to say with that page. So let's actually do one that says, I think I might change this one and we can change it to cover reveal. So cover, and then we're going to go reveal. And I hope I'm spelling things right because there's always the pressure to spell things when you're in front of people, isn't there? All right, we'll bring that down in size too. And bring it down just a little. Okay, so what we want to do here is, how do we want to say this? I kind of want this to be in the middle. So let's go to edit, make it in the middle. All right. Put that there, put this in the middle. So as you can see, it takes a bit of time to kind of go around and edit things to make it the way you want, but not really, because, you know, I'm doing this on my phone. I can go ahead and post this right away. I don't have to send it to my phone. It's already on my phone. Change this to LibBear. So I'm using the same type throughout to keep that look and feel. All right. So I'm clicking on the images now to add images. And let's add a few at a time without having to really worry about selecting. Let's see, we've already done one of these. Let's do this one here. So I selected 4. Now they're uploaded. And now I'm going to kind of adjust these as the way I want them to be. So I need this one to be an actual picture of the cover. Okay. There. We're going to zoom into that. Okay. Maybe it's not a cover reveal. Maybe this is something else. It's issue 21. edit all caps. So you kind of mold it and you move it around the way you want. And I'm having some trouble grabbing that, so I'm just gonna delete that and then we're gonna move this down here and align it there. All right, so one thing to make this similar to the others is, you know, the same blue background. So maybe I put that blue background in here too. When you mess up, you can go over here and hit backspace on there. So we're gonna backspace there and do this real quick. All right, there you go. All right, now y'all are probably getting bored with this one direction. So let's go ahead and save that. And I'm gonna go to back this way and I'm gonna look around for another template collection to work with. Let's go to minimalist. This one is really beautiful. I love the way that you can play with just the look and feel with this like watercolor look. So I'm gonna take some photos that my wife shot for a brand and put these in here because her photos are way more beautiful than mine. All right, we're gonna click on this image here. This is a company that sells jewelry. So if you're a jewelry maker, you know, this is a great way to showcase your stuff off of the grid in a different place for your audience. And then maybe for even beyond that, when people come on your page and they see your highlighted stories and everything. So I am so sorry all these are showing up. All right, let's add a new page here. But before that, I'm gonna do color here. Let's make this a navy because I think that would look really nice with this. Yes. So checking that out, that's what the story would look like. You hit the eyeball, looks really clean. And I didn't even have to make this from scratch. So I'm gonna come in here too though. I wanna add some text. I'm gonna say new items. And then we're gonna edit that to this Liber. I'm gonna hit bold. Let's just see if it even goes with this brand because I'm picking that one. It's my favorite type in here. It might not even go with this. I have to edit this real quick because it's not knee, it's new. I like this type, Kona, maybe Carol. That looks nice. Let's put some letter spacing there, make it kind of clean there. And then I want to make this really big. So if someone's coming through my story, they see I've got new items and I'm about to show that to them. New items. All right, before I get out anything, I'm going to add this to Branco. New items. Okay. Saved. Okay. Oops. So now I'm going to add another one. And the next picture, I want to do a play here and add 2 new images. So let's pick this one and this one because they both have the red in it. And you get this little layout going. So maybe you're telling your audience that you've got this red is in, or I don't know, red, radical, really neat red I don't know. Y'all have you have your different things you say for your brands. I don't think Branco would really say that. So new, I'm gonna say new in red. All right. Now, I don't know what color that is in particular, so I'm going to come over here and kind of eyeball it. If I even want to use red, I might just end up using white again. Using Carol and line spacing here, new in red. So I'm going to tap on it and I'm going to bring it down here. And we'll put this down here. We'll put it down here so people know you have new in red there. And what we're gonna do is add an arrow. So go to stickers. You're curious, where are the arrows? I'm trying to find the arrows. You can go down here and you see we've got this arrow here. So click on that. Well, that's not the arrow I want, but let's just see what happens when we use it. So I'm going to click on this. And this doesn't feel super on brand. So what I'm going to do, because the arrow is what we call a transparent PNG, I'm going to double click on it. And then I'm going to come over here and turn it to white to go here. And I'm going to hit save. And there we have it. We've got a white arrow. So you were able to customize that, which is really cool. So click on there. All right. And then I'm going to also, let's add a shape because I don't want to run out of time. So I want to show y'all how we can do something with a shape. So here are your shapes. Let's just pick this outline color. So you got this box outline. You can take this outline. Oops. Oh, mine won't grab. There we go. So you can create like a little outline here, taking this box, create your own little elements that go on to the already made templates. And then you really are customizing it to be your own. And you can change this over here by double tapping. So anytime you want to change the color of a sticker or one of these, you hit double tap. I'm going to double tap on that. Make sure it's selected and then make it white and hit save. So we got this white box. You can't really see it. Maybe I'll bring it down here. And, now that I'm looking at it, we don't need this arrow there. So what I'm going to do is click on the arrow and either move it up or delete it. And then I want to change the background color to match the first one. You can do that, or, mix it up. So you're scrolling through. You kind of have this nice color palette going on here. So we'll keep that. All right, if you want to use this one again, but you don't want to have to rebuild the whole thing, you can hit this button in the bottom left corner. It's the square with the plus sign on it, and that makes a duplicate one. So if I wanted to come over here and change these out, say I want to change, oh no, I keep tapping on different things. We go here, we change this one to the black, and then I'm going to move this one over here just a second. And we are going to change this one to this other photo. So I'm going to select it, go down to my section here, and click on, I can't tell if there's a black bracelet in this picture. Yeah. So then I'm going to do this is bring this over and say, new in black. So we've got that, and you're able to have the same look and feel for this other one. And then you save it, and that way when you go back and you're working on the 2 brands that you're working on and sharing, you can go to your drafts and you can either go and work on your newspaper one, or you can go and work on your jewelry line. You know, the list goes on. Save draft. So what I'm going to do now actually is, we're going to get out of here and hit featured. And I want to show you right before I stop sharing my screen, I want to show you all how to favorite a template. It's the same way as you favorite the stickers. So we're going to go here and just say, I really, really, really love this top right one. I want to use it all the time. So I'm going to put my thumb on it, hold it down, and it's added to favorites. Let's add this middle one here. Let's add that to favorites. And let's add one more to favorites. All right. Of course I'm liking StoriesEdit. Yes. I can't rate it right now. All right. Let's go to favorites. And there you have it. They're in your favorites. So those features are really helpful when you are creating on the go. So I'm going to stop sharing this screen and go back to the other screen and kind of finish up here. I wanted to make sure I leave y'all with some thoughts before you go. And that's kind of the biggest thing, is take time to play and explore while creating. This is something that you might get frustrated. You might misspell things and have to redo it. It's just kind of the way creating happens, but it's a really awesome thing to have a tool that you can be on the go, and, or, you know, you could be sitting on the couch at the end of the day watching your favorite TV show, and you can create these things for your brand or for the brands that you are running. So we hope you have fun and can't wait to see what you make. And if you want to, please tag us at Planoly or at StoriesEdit when you use StoriesEdit, because we love to see how people use our app. And we're always interested in like what else y'all are interested in. So please share with us what you create. Also, search Giphy using Planoly Presents to use the animated GIF from today's workshop, as you see on the screen. Super fun. And if you went to any of the other workshops, there are also little animated GIFs for you to use as well.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Carra, for walking us through all of how to use StoriesEdit for different products and everything. I think that was a great walkthrough, and I hope you all enjoyed it. So we're going to head into our Q&A section, but we do see a lot of questions coming in about how to use StoriesEdit, what account is free, like what on the account is a pro feature. So I'm going to walk through a few of those questions real quick before we get to questions for Carra. So first off, we do have a free and we have a pro account. So the main difference between the free and the pro account is the access that you have to all the templates and the stickers. So all of the features that you saw Carra using, like editing the tools, duplicating them, favoriting them, putting them in drafts, like all of that is for everyone. But then once you like get really comfortable with the app, definitely go ahead and sign up for the pro account, because then you can start using all of the different templates that we have, and then also include all of this different stickers we have as well. And then the last feature that is a paid feature is resizing that for all of the different places that you can send that. So it comes initially in an Instagram story size, but if you want to resize that, that will be a pro account. We also have so many resources all about our StoriesEdit account on our blog. So go to that blog. You can see how we have different cases for how you can use StoriesEdit. Also, we show off a few of the different features and really walk through those in more depth as well. So make sure to go look into all of those resources if you have other questions. Also, we will be answering questions on our Facebook page later on today. So if you have anything else that I didn't answer that's a little bit more technical, make sure to go there and ask that question. We will do our best to answer all of your questions. Also, we loved getting to see all of your different questions and your feedback about the app. Our team does take that into consideration every time that we improve it. We love to make sure that this app is serving y'all in the best way. So let us know any feedback that you have, and you can always send that to our customer support team as well. So with these last few minutes, we will dive into some questions that we have. Also, if you have any other questions about branding on your Instagram stories, make sure to add those while we have a chance to talk with Carra, because as we saw, she is a branding whiz and she can help answer any questions that y'all have about that. So the first question that we have for you, Carra, is about the template sizing. So whenever we talk about StoriesEdit, it obviously has the word stories in it. Can these templates only be used in StoriesEdit? Or I know we talked a little bit about using them in like Instagram feeds. How would you personally go about taking this template and making sure that it fits into your Instagram feed and doesn't just like look a little bit off, or that it all works together in your cohesive grid?
Yeah, I think what I would do anytime I design, I start thinking about what size I want to design in first. That's kind of the first thing, like what size is my canvas. So if you want to go into it, if you're going into it for your Instagram feed, is your feed more of a square, or are you more of a 4x5 kind of layout? What you're going to want to do is start searching for, which one of these templates feels like enough like your brand that you can edit it to make it feel exactly like your brand, like feels like you. Go in there and go ahead and resize it before you start editing, because that way you can already have those elements in your mind and have it laid out. You can always take a story that you've already created and resize it to a smaller size. Say you were doing the 9x16, you can always resize it to the 4x5 or another size. I don't know if that helped answer, but
yeah, that definitely does. And I think one thing too, you kind of showed the different brand colors and like how you can add different colors. And in one of the earlier appraisal design workshops, we did learn that like having cohesive colors can really help keep things looking like they belong together. So we worked through that, like creating a color palette. So you can always just put your color palette that's your brand into that StoriesEdit template as well. And I feel like that could also like add a little bit more cohesiveness when you add these templates to your grid.
and I think one of the easiest ways to kind of stay, a similar look and feel is to stay within a collection. The collections are designed in mind to go together. So if you're feeling, maybe you don't feel as comfortable trying to pick and choose from different ones, I would say stick to one that you love, and then it will shine through what you post, because if you love it, you'll see that in the work and everything. So I do want to mention, I did not show how to save out. And do you mind if I throw it back up on the screen real quick to show how to save out?
Go
Because
ahead.
I was running through things and then I was like, we're running out of time. So I'm going to show this real quick. All right. Oops. Screen. All right. I'm going to go ahead to my draft and I'm going to come up here, and it was right by that save draft button. It's the one that has the little bracket in the up here. So you can save it to all these things. You can save out all your pages or a single page. And I'm going to save out this single page, and I'm going to actually take it directly to Planoly so I can plan this to be sent out later, work on posting that later. So I'm going to, instead of importing to grid, I'm going to import to stories, and I'm going to upload it. And that way I have my unscheduled, and I can schedule it later whenever I want this to go live. So you see, I only have one story here. You can post just one. That's totally fine. If you have a story of, 10 that you do, go ahead, you can do that too. But I just wanted to share that super quick. And also, if you wanted to just save it to your files, you can do save to device, and then Instagram, Snapchat, and so on. So that is something that I wanted to share that I didn't get to share. Oh no, we can't hear you, Sarah.
Thanks so much for showing us that. I'm sure that is very helpful as well. I love that we can go straight from StoriesEdit to Planoly. That way you don't have to always like, I feel like I always just blow up my own photos because I have so many different iterations of stories. And so I love that you can take it straight to Planoly. So that is great. And thank you so much for everything that you share with us today. I think that is all of the questions that we have time for right now. We have run out of time. But thank you so much for joining us today for this workshop. And then thank you everyone who came to this workshop and to all 5 of the workshops. We loved getting to have y'all. We love getting to give y'all workshops that really help you guys work on your social media, work on your branding. So we will be sending a survey out later on as well. So we'd love to hear your feedback and what you want to learn in the future so we can continue to make these workshops something that you want to come back to. Thank you again for all of your time. And if you are not getting those recordings, just make sure to reach out to us. We can send those your way. And then all of the recordings will be live on our website for all 5 weeks later on this week. So go watch any ones that you missed as well. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Kara, and I hope you all have a great day.
Thank you. Thanks, y'all.